If you're single, you need to be planning your retirement very differently. And I recently posted this on Facebook and I asked, should I make more content for single people? And it was a resounding yes, 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 yes. So that's why I'm making this video. Now, what I'm going to go over is a sample case study and we're going to hop in. So this is someone, I'm just calling them John Sample. It could be Jane Sample. They're 57 and this is their net worth. If this isn't your situation, that's okay, because obviously it's not going to be exactly your numbers. You can use these principles that are going to help you plan your own retirement. And if you want to use the same software that I'm using today, you can comment the word single below and I'm going to send you access to use this software with a discount code. Now you can see they have 240,000 in their bank account. Should they have that? That's a different conversation. Now they have 1.4 million just about in their investment accounts, of which 1.3 is in a 401k and 66,000 is in a brokerage account. And then they're living in a home worth 740,000 with a significant $430,000 mortgage on that. I say significant because the ratio there is not one that you see that frequently. Perhaps times were tough and an additional mortgage was secured. We don't know. But for now, we're just going to go through this to get a sense, because many of you are single and maybe you have your home paid off. Maybe you don't and you're wondering, okay, when the heck can I retire? Hopefully this gives you some new ideas. As a reminder, my name is Taublieb. I'm the Chief Growth Officer here at Root Financial, and I'm the host of the Early Retirement Podcast, in addition to being a CFP, a Certified Financial Planner, which is not why you should listen to me. I'll often joke and say, how many doctors would you never let touch your body? Probably a lot of them. My point here being, when you're listening to someone, it should be based on, does that make sense to me? Not, are they certified? Yeah, that's important. Obviously, you're not going to a doctor if they have an MD, but I'm a CFP. You shouldn't listen to me because of that. See if the way I talk resonates, because it's not for everyone. So let's go in deeper here. This is someone who, in terms of their goals, they're thinking of retiring at 60. They don't know. They'd like to retire today, but they don't want to run out of money. So they are planning on spending $6,000 a month in retirement. Plus, if they retire before 65, they're worried about healthcare. Worried is not the word I like to choose. They should be planning for healthcare. Some people go, I'm not retiring early because of healthcare. Those are people cheating themselves. You might be in a position to be able to pay for healthcare even if you retire before 65 and still enjoy the rest of your retirement. But what I bet might be killing you is, it's just so expensive. Yeah, it might be, but it might be very expensive for a very short period of years. And if you have saved and invested well enough for it, isn't the whole point of saving and investing so you can retire early and enjoy it while you have your energy and your health? Because if you were to wait until 65 just because that's when Medicare kicks in, you might look back with a lot more regret, which I don't want you to do. I also don't want you to run out of money. Trust me, there's a balance there. Well, let's take a look at their plan. So we can see here, they've got, once again, 1.6 million. If they were to retire at 60, they've got 2.1. So that's what they're potentially going to retire with. Now, once again, they want to know if they can retire earlier, just like I'm sure all of you want to know. So before I go on here, and I know you're itching to see, just like I'm itching to tell you, if you're single, when are you planning to retire and how much do you plan on spending as a single retiree? Because it is different. So you can see here, what might scare them, that I hope does not scare you, is it looks like their retirement starts to go downhill. Like, what's this decline graph? We don't like declines, right? It's temporary as they spend more in the years they have their energy and their health. And then when Social Security starts, they are planning on delaying till 70 in this example, actually till 68, excuse me. Then it starts to increase. So they're scheduled to pass away with 2.2 million. What's out of your control? How markets perform. Now, you can choose your asset allocation. You could say, I want 100% equities. It doesn't guarantee you're going to get growth. You can put yourself in a position to try to optimize it. But if you put 100% equities, the risk is markets don't do well, and now you're having to take from your investments at a loss, which we don't want. What's in your control? How long you work, how much you spend. So let's go to what's in your control and then go to the markets. So here's someone, let's just hypothetically say they told me, hey, yes, I want to make sure I'm not dying with zero, but I don't want to pass away with too much money, like 2.3 million. Okay, well, they could, for example, spend more. Spend 7,000 a month, not 6,000 a month. So still work till 60. Okay, well, that makes a big difference. Now it's age 89. It's cutting it too close. So maybe they find 6,500 a month is the sweet spot. Maybe $500 a month is too scary to cut close. You can see if they were to live till 95, that's zero. And so working till 61 might bring a lot of comfort. Maybe 6,000 is their initial budget, but they don't want to cut it too close. And now if they were to work an extra year, instead of cutting it close, there's 3 million at the end. So here's what a lot of people do is they go, I'm going to work one more year. It does help. I'm not going to lie, but there becomes a point where you have to ask yourself, okay, how long am I going to keep saying one more year? And it's a tough conversation to have with yourself. But you can see here, if they work longer, let's go to 62, it's only going to make the plan look better. Now, here they are on track for 6 million, but maybe their goal is to spend 7,500 a month. Well, to some people, that's more important to them. They'd rather maybe spend 8,000 a month. That's 96,000 a year, even if it means they're working longer. So tell me in the comments, is that you? Would you rather be this person who works until, let's call it 62, but spends 8,000 a month? Or would you rather retire at 58 and spend, let's call it 5,000 a month? Nothing right or wrong. Which plan here looks more attractive to you? Let's even call it 4,500 a month to just really cement the argument here for example's sake. Because there's certain people that go, wow, 4,500 a month and I stop working at 58. Okay, that's more attractive to me than working 4 more years, even if I'm almost doubling my spending. Now, the big variable here is how are you invested? Their current allocation is very growth oriented. So they're relying on getting 7% growth. Maybe they don't want to rely on that. What if we move that to balanced approach? Well, a balanced approach, that's going to change things. That's going to make it show them running out of money at 91. So balanced approach is taking 5% growth with 3% inflation, so a 2% real return. So in this case, they might go, wow, just to make sure, even if markets don't do well, I got to work one more year, and that would kind of protect me from being unlucky. That would bring confidence. Maybe you're the opposite. You're like, wow, people have been saying I should maybe be a little bit more conservative as I get older, but it doesn't bother me. I want to be most aggressive. You can do that too. You're going to show way more money, but the risk is you get unlucky and markets don't do well. So you want to make sure you're not just clicking this and going, yeah, I'm going to retire no matter what. You need to make sure you're thinking through it properly. A few other things I have to say because they're just for single retirees. One, it's you only have your Social Security benefit. So the good news there is you're not making the decision with a partner. It's not, okay, you got to delay to maximize, but it also means that that's your income source. Everything else is coming from a portfolio or a pension or rental income. With long-term care, you don't have a built-in caregiver. So make sure you're planning for additional expenses for that, whether it's through a policy or it's just making sure you have enough money to self-insure. Housing decisions matter in a good way. Yes, you're absorbing 100% of the cost, but you can move and be more flexible if you want to. We like to say the sign of a good financial plan is a life well lived. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please like it. Please share it with someone who you think might resonate with it. And then, of course, you can book a call with us for free in the description of this video. Scan this on your TV or just go to rootfinancial.com/start here, and you will see exactly where you can book a call.